Welcome back, everyone. We are talking all about Saturday's playoff games. We got game one of all these series on Saturday, April 19th, and I got 4 picks ready to go in this video. If you are new, my name is Austin. Thank you for tuning in. Typically, we begin with a recap of how we did the day before on Friday, although you'll notice a little bit of a weird recap, but TBD. I haven't updated our record, but as of at this moment, we are 1-1. Mo Gay went under. Shout out to him. What a great season for the man. We did lose our VIP exclusive play. Trae Young's under in threes. He hit his 4th 3 in OT. Tough. Our other plays, PJ Washington and Klay Thompson, I have no idea how they went. So hopefully those turned green. Either way, I can't do anything about that because I'm recording this before that game starts. That OT game, Hawks Heat, was a nuts one. Either way, now why am I recording this a little bit early? Because I'm actually volunteering early on in the morning for an event that my wife hosts. It would be, if you want to get involved, you certainly can. The Tampa Duck Race. I'll be there. But if you want to, there's 3,500 ducks available. Winner, first place duck gets $5K. So if you want to get involved, you go to the website. I'll put it at the top of the description. You can adopt a duck if you seek, however many you want. I don't care. And if you win, I'll even throw in some COS merch. That would be awesome if you want to join. My wife hosts the event, so it's pretty sweet. I will be there. Again, you don't have to adopt a duck, but I'll put the link down below. If you're watching this video after, I think, 11 a.m. Eastern time, you might not be able to win one or buy one, but either way, go check it out if you want to. But let's get back into the NBA and talk about some good news. Day 3 of the ladder challenge. Hey, we love to see it, man. Day 4, I'll be cooking up later today. I will not probably touch the first 2 games, the Nuggets and Clippers, and the Bucks and Pacers. I won't touch either of those. We'll probably get in the Knicks and Pistons or the Lakers and Timberwolves game at the end. But hey, day 3 is cash. We're trying to go to day 4. Hopefully we can get it done. But like I said, let's dive in. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the videos. Hopefully you've been making some money with us this postseason. Been pretty solid. We'll see how the Dallas Mavs plays go. But either way, but off to solid start. But we're still sticking to the half unit plays, although this first play is not even a half unit. Let's dive into my favorite play of the day. Nikola Jokic taking his over in points. Here's how we're playing it. 3/4 of a unit, 0.75. We're playing him regular over 27.5 at -118 on BetMGM. And then we're laddering him up to 35 plus points at +320 for just a quarter unit. Now, I was going to do a half unit on the first and the quarter unit on the second. However, that really felt wrong. If he got over 27.5 and didn't get to 35, we'd only profit a quarter unit. So whatever, we'll go another quarter unit. Is that going to kill us? Probably not. But I really like the Joker on Saturday in this matchup against the Clippers. Now, before I even dive into the numbers and how he's done, I just want to talk about the scheme that the Clippers typically play. If I were to guess what they do, and granted, game one, kind of guessing, we have no idea what Ty Lue's going to game plan for Jokic. But what they've done historically is they will live with Jokic beating them one-on-one. They play defense very similar to the Timberwolves. It's like Jokic can score 6 million points on us. We're going to stay home on Michael Porter Jr. We have the defenders to guard Jamal Murray, and we're going to let other guys not beat us. Jokic, score as many as you want. And that is why I think this is a great spot to ladder up his points. We know he's going to play a lot. Now let's dive in first into Jokic and how he's done against them. Again, we're back on PropsMadness, blah, blah, blah. Jokic, these are his numbers this season. 41, 28, and 16. Now, let's get the 16 out of the way. What happened? You only shot 9 times. They won by 25 points. Barely played. Bad game there. But let's go to the other games. 28 points. He shot 24 times. And then 26 field goal attempts in a game. He scored 41. Now, you might be like, all right, whatever. He barely goes over on the hook there. Let's go back to last season. How do you do there? 32, 22, and 36 points. Let's further go into those numbers. 23 field goal attempts here, 32 here, and 24 here. So, like I said, the game plan of the Clippers historically has been, we will let Jokic shoot a ton. We're going to try to limit the other guys. And I think they can do just that. But I think Jokic, you're going to get some tremendous volume. And if we get the volume from Jokic, we know he's capable of having big games. Now, let's dive back into the playoffs from last year. You'll look at the playoffs. He was over this line in only 6 of 12 games. But again, I really want to highlight the games where Jokic is shooting the basketball. If he's not shooting it a ton, then we're not probably cashing this. But again, in games last playoffs, where he shot 20 or more times, over in 6 of 7 games. He had 35 in only 2 of the games. But again, the volume was there in these matchups, like it was against the Timberwolves, a team that will let him go one-on-one, 15 of 26, 15, 22, 13 of 28. I mean, we know he's probably going to get 40 minutes if this game is tight. If you go back to just this season as a whole and you look at the games in which Jokic has shot 20 or more times, we're looking at a guy averaging 36.5 points per game. If you go on the full season, 71 games, he shot 20 plus times in 31 of them, went over the line in 81% of games. Then if you're looking at how often did he go to 35 plus points and over 55% of games that he shoots 20 or more times. So again, I look at this, it's game one. I don't think his line should be 27.5. I think this is the best time to pounce. If he has 35 points in this game, which I think he could, this line will be at least 29.5 or 30.5 for game two. I think now's the time to get in on Jokic. I think this is a great spot to back his overs. I'll take the points. I don't want to get involved with assists. Rebounds, I don't hate. I'd rather just do the points. I think he could easily score 35 for us. Maybe not easily. He's going to have to make some shots, but I think he's going to be needed to do that. Now we're going to skip all the way to the late night game. The guy I threw on the thumbnail, the king, LeBron James. Feels sacrilegious to do this. LeBron James under 24.5 points, minus 115 on Bet365, just a half unit play. So not going overly too crazy here. I don't like this matchup for LeBron James. Now, I won't bring back up PropsMadness, but I'll speak off some of the numbers that LeBron has had so far this season. Now, this year versus Minnesota, he has scored 16, 10, and 33 points. Now, the 33 did come with Luka in the lineup, so you might be like, ooh, but he did make 4 threes there. Since returning back from injury, LeBron really hasn't looked like himself. And we know in this matchup, if I were to guess, the Timberwolves are going to switch everything. And they're going to switch LeBron. They're going to switch whoever's guarding who. They're going to also switch Rudy Gobert onto Luka when they run that action. And they're going to live with the results there. Now, people might be like, oh, that's terrible. Rudy Gobert can't guard him in isolation. Rudy Gobert's not a terrible isolation defender, even on a guard like Luka. Now, everyone's going to point to the game winner. It's easy to make one shot like that when you could defend him pretty decently well the rest of the time. I mean, and heck, go get cooked by him. I don't care. But I look at this as a matchup for Luka and one-on-one scoring more so than LeBron. That's not LeBron's go-to thing. What he likes to score is in transition and getting out and scoring there in the playoffs. It's not very easy transition lay-ins and stuff like that. I look at this as a tough spot for LeBron. Can he score 25? Yeah, he's LeBron James. But I still think this is a tougher spot for him. They have Julius Randle kind of match up size-wise so he can't bully him down low. And ultimately, we know in the playoffs, stars are going to play even more. So LeBron will play more. But who else is going to play more? Luka Doncic. And I really think this is a better matchup for the isolation scorers, guys like Luka and heck, even guy like Reeves, more so than LeBron. LeBron going ISO is not really his game. He can do it. I just don't know if this is the great matchup for him. So I personally think this line should be 22.5. I'll take it at 24.5. Sorry, LeBron. If he hurts us, it's a half unit play. So I'm not going to be too mad there. My third play today, we're going to the Knicks and Pistons game. Now, I forgot to mention, like I said, day 3 of the ladder challenge hit. We love to see that. If I had to pick a game that I'm probably going to go to, it would be the Knicks and Pistons game. I am a Knicks fan, so I typically have a pretty good read on their games. If I am just brainstorming a ladder right now to you guys, I'm looking at probably back in Jalen Brunson and probably back in Cade Cunningham. Those are two guys that I expect to go one-on-one, have tons of volume, and I don't see the Knicks doubling Cade. I don't see the Pistons doubling Jalen Brunson. They'll live with that. I think those are two good matchups. We'll see, though. I have no idea what I'm going to do with the ladder. I'm recording this at 10 p.m. We'll figure that out when I wake up later on tomorrow. But let's talk about this under that I have in this game, and that would be Malik Beasley, under 3.5 threes. Look, Malik Beasley, we love. I think he's great. I'd argue he should be, is he sixth man of the year? He's going to win that award? I don't know. He should. If he doesn't win that award, something's wrong. No, they're going to give it to Peyton Pritchard. Screw that. That's no. Most improved player. I mean, Malik Beasley's been a stud. He almost led the league in 3-pointers. But in the playoffs, on the road, I find this to be a very tough spot for Malik Beasley to make 4 threes. It's not easy to make 4 threes in the playoffs. Rotations tighten, shots, windows tighten. If you're able to be more physical, I look at this as a really tight spot for Malik Beasley. Now, can he make 4 threes? Absolutely. He's really talented. But I still look at this as a spot where the Knicks see him coming off the bench. They are going to be focused on him. You don't get to the playoffs and you're not just treating it like a normal game in March or game in December. Like, oh, whatever, it's Malik Beasley. We're not. No. The Knicks are going to adjust and they're going to be ready for Malik Beasley because he's torched them in the regular season. And I'll kind of highlight that by looking at the head-to-head numbers on PropsMadness. Now, head-to-head wise this season, Malik has had 2 good games against them. 2, and then in December, 7, and then 6 threes. Now, I would admit 7 of 10 and 6 of 8, pretty dang good efficient shooting games. What happened when the Knicks were like, oh, this is actually a game we care about. We need to win in April? They locked him down. He only had 3 3-point attempts, and they stuck on him like glue. And we've seen the Knicks rank 3rd in spot-up shooting. So they've been a really good team at limiting those catch-and-shoot opportunities. I expect them to do more of the same against him. I just don't see him getting a ton of attempts here. Now, I mean, if you were to go head-to-head, on the season, sure, he's had some pretty solid numbers. But again, I furthermore want to look at just when he shoots the basketball. And I would be shocked if Malik Beasley shot more than 10 threes tonight. And this season, when he shot 10 or fewer threes, we're looking at, 52 games. He's under in about 56% of them. So not the best hit rate, but again, 10 is a lot. I don't think he even gets to 10. If he gets to 10, I honestly think it's a bad read. I think he's probably closer to 8. And if he shoots 8, we're looking at a 67% hit rate, not too shabby. I think there's a realistic possibility, and somewhere between, I don't know, let's say 5 to 7. That's kind of where I see him ending. 5 to 7 threes, again, under and about, 8 and a third, again, 2/3 of games. He could realistically be somewhere anywhere in here, 75%. So I like Malik Beasley. You guys know it. We backed him a bunch this season. He's been better on the road. I'll give him that. But in a playoff game, I think the Knicks will be ready for him. I mean, who exactly are the Knicks going to be concerned about scoring the basketball besides Cade Cunningham? Tobias Harris? Sure, go beat us. We don't care. Who else? You got Asor Thompson? Sure. Tim Hardaway Jr.? Whatever. We'll live with that. Dennis Schroeder? Isaiah Stewart? Jalen Duren? I mean, like I said, Malik Beasley's, is he their second leading scorer? Truthfully, I'm really curious about this. ESPN Pistons. If I were to guess, he's probably going to be pretty close to their second leading scorer, right? This we're doing some some sleuthing points. Jaden Ivey, yeah, I mean he's their second leading scorer. We don't count Jaden Ivey; he hasn't played. So I look at this as a really tough. I mean, you got a game plan for a guy like that coming off the bench. He's a spark plug for him. They're going to be trying to stick to him like glue. If he makes his threes, I'll tip the cap to him. But under and threes have been one of our most profitable markets. Did lose on the Trae Young one the other on Friday, which is a tough one in OT. But again, I really think this is a good spot to back Malik Beasley. So I'll take his under in threes. On my fourth play of the day will be Dub Club exclusive play and under in points plus assists. If you are curious, I actually believe under in points plus assists are our most win percentage wise best market. We are, let me see. Where is it? 7-1 on under and threes. Now, I guess that's pending Klay Thompson. So I have no idea how Klay Thompson did, but you want to join the Dub Club, you get the ladder early. You get this Dub Club exclusive play. You can join. There's a link down below, $10 off your first month. Now, I've talked about all the games. The only one I have not touched on is the first game of the day, which is the Pacers and the Bucks. Why? I don't honestly like that. I don't like that game. That's one that I want to see a feel out. Number one, it's an early game at 1. I don't like the early games. I mean, 1 p.m. is kind of a nasty start time. Number two, I mean, without Dame in there, I mean, you could have leaned towards Giannis assist. They're probably going to wall him off. But what is his assist line? I'm going to go look at it right now. It is sitting at 7.5. So I don't really want to count on a guy to get 8 assists on the road. Maybe you look at Giannis rebounds and assists at 19.5. Not terrible there. Again, I really don't want to get involved there. If I had to pick spreads, and I don't bet any spreads really, but if we were to look at spreads, holy moly. See, we got a beatdown going down here. Woof. Well, we'll see how those plays are looking. But again, we'll worry about that later in life. I'll recap on, looking at spreads, we got a 5.5 spread here. I don't love that. 2.5 in Denver. 7. I will probably lean the Pistons here. And then Timberwolves, Lakers. I don't even know. These spreads are pretty tough. If you guys like any spreads, let me know in the comments. I don't really love any of these at first glance. So I'm just avoiding them. I just don't like that Pacers-Bucks game. So that's kind of why I'm avoiding it. But to recap my official picks, we have Nikola Jokic laddering his points over 27.5 and a sprinkle on the 35 plus, our biggest play of the day. LeBron's under, Malik Beasley's under, and another under in points plus assists. Dub Club exclusive. You can join down below. Day 4 of the ladder challenge will be live sometime on Saturday. So make sure you keep those alerts on. I normally, if I don't get it live before like 2 hours before tip off, I probably won't do one. So again, we'll try to cook one up for that Pistons and Knicks game that starts at 6 p.m. I will try to get that live. I don't know how long I'll be at the duck race, so don't quote me on that. We'll figure that out. Reminder, if you want to adopt a duck, I would appreciate it. Again, you got until 11 a.m. Eastern time on Saturday. Do it. I don't know how many ducks there will be left, but you better go adopt one. I think they're $5. You can win $5,000 or $1,000 or $500. Go do it, and I'll send you some COS merch if you somehow win, which I don't know how I'll track that, but either way, thank you guys as always for tuning in. Apologies for not the greatest recap in this video, but I probably won't film Sunday's NBA best bets video until Sunday. So I'll recap how we did on Friday's picks as well as Saturday, and we'll go from there. Either way, thanks for tuning in. It's Austin, and I'll catch you guys once again in the next one. See you then. Peace.